still warm outside, still in the upper 70s right now. Temperatures starting to cool off, though.
Yeah, we have, ahead of this cold front, we saw a rebounding of temperatures, some peaks of the 80s in some areas.
Yeah, I'm meteorologist Jonathan Bellis.
I'm student meteorologist Matthew Reagan.
And there is a cool front pushing through the area right now. Just a thin line of showers, but it's going to impact a few folks moving through Gadsden County and Liberty County right now.
Just a small line of showers. We don't expect it to hold on all the way here, but it could, so we're going to keep those rain chances just slight.
Yeah, now that's going to get out of our way for homecoming tomorrow. And I just checked the forecast. We're looking in the mid-50s for waiting outside for the powwow doors to open at the Civic Center.
Yeah, it could be a little cool, so definitely bring a jacket, a light jacket, some layers, because it'll be cool when you get out of there.
If you remember last year, it was cold last year. It's not going to be as cold this year waiting outside.
I remember from the national championship game, it was in the 30s outside, and that wind chill was worse. But we're not going to see anything like that this time.
A little bit cooler than it has been the last couple days. We're going to slide back towards fall. It's not going to be the summer-type temperatures we have been seeing.
We also saw the return of the clouds over the past couple of days, which we haven't seen over the past few weeks.
As we head into the next couple of weeks, it's going to be temperatures going up and down, kind of what we'd expect this time of year. And towards the end of the week, next week, it's looking like it's going to be a little bit chillier.
Next week, we're looking at a strong storm system. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later in the show, that we can see some cooler temperatures for it.
You've got the first look at the graphics here tonight.
Yep, absolutely. I'm going to give you a little bit of a taste of what's coming up in our homecoming weekend. That's right. It is homecoming here at Florida State University. So get up. It's time for game day and homecoming. So let's look at those weather headlines. It's going to be a few chilly morning ahead with the passage of that cold front. So the cool air is going to start getting ushered back into the area. So the cooler temperatures are going to be returning just in time for homecoming. And sunny skies, you see it right here. It's going to be a beautiful weekend for homecoming here at Florida State. And as I've been saying, homecoming is looking great. A couple of peaks of cool weather, so you might need your jacket, might need some layers in the morning. We're going to show that later on in the show as well. Current temperatures as you're walking outside, 78 degrees in Tallahassee, and across the board we're in the 70s. Perry and Monticello, you're 71 degrees, so you're the cooler spot. Now pushing on into the satellite and radar, we see that cloud cover associated with that cold front. And then tonight, we're going to be looking at those temperatures dipping down into the 40s once again with the passage of that cold front. And chilly with a little bit of light wind as well. But now, we're going to talk a little bit about what could be affecting our weather over the next few days and even into next week, and that is what was Super Typhoon Nuri.
Yeah, over the last week or so, there's been a very strong system off the coast of Southeast Asia starting to impact parts of eastern Japan, and it's really going to bring an impact to the Aleutian Islands and much of western Alaska over the next couple of days.
Yeah, they're expecting quite a bit of quite a storm over the Bering Sea to get to pressures of as low as 924 millibars, which is very low.
That's a very strong system now. It's not quite a hurricane. It's not the kind of system that would be a hurricane, but it could bring some very high waves, upwards of 30, maybe 40 feet in the Bering Sea, and then some very high winds across the Aleutian Islands.
Yeah, they're expecting in Anchorage possibly winds gusting up to 90 miles an hour in some areas. So definitely have those loose items tied down.
Nothing like that here. It's quite tranquil with just a couple of showers pushing through the area. Allie, what else you've got for us?
Well, for right now, nothing but pretty pleasant temperatures. We're at 78 here in Tallahassee right now, and our humidity is also fairly low, but that is rising as we move on, as that cold front is pushing through. It is bringing those clouds with it, so these dew points are rising just a little bit, but we'll get there in a second. For now, our current temperatures around the region are 78 here in Tallahassee, 78 in St. Mark's, 70 up in Bainbridge, so it is slightly cooler to our north, but pretty nice for right now, at least for today. Our dew points, 57 here in Tallahassee, 61 down there in St. Mark's, and 65 down in Apalachicola. So these are just slightly higher than they have been the past couple of days because of those clouds rolling in with that cold front. And we'll move on to see our local radar, and this is what we're talking about. That is just a little bit of rain coming in through our area within the next hour or so. So if you are going out tonight, don't forget that umbrella. It will be necessary as you go outside because that rain is coming towards us along with that cold front to bring us those cooler temperatures. To look at our past 24-hour temperature change, this is one of my favorite graphics because it is really cool, especially when we start to see that cooler weather come in. So you can see, as I was saying, now we're at 78, but take taking it back 24 hours. Yesterday we were over there at 63, so it did cool off nicely through the night, and then as that sun came up, so did those temperatures. So we are sitting nice and sunny and nice temperatures today, but that will be changing as we go into the weekend because of this cold front. So as that cold front is pushing through, this is starting at 8 o'clock. So the cold front has already passed us by then, and then that cooler, drier air will start to come in behind it, giving us a nice, pleasant weekend with that drier air. So with that drier air, we're going to have some cooler temperatures, and we're going to have a nice game day. There's that football that Jameis threw right to us for game day. So it's going to be very nice on Saturday. But we'll keep on moving to tonight's forecast. It will be a little bit chilly though, 46 degrees, just a slight wind. So if you are going outside, don't forget those jackets and those umbrellas. But for tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be nice and mild at 68. Those winds will be shifting just a tad as that cold front had passed us, but it'll be a nice day for tomorrow. And then, of course, as we move into the 7-day forecast, we are looking at some nice mild temperatures for the next 7 days. Very mild, 68 for tomorrow, 69 for Saturday. So that is our game day. We're going to have a nice forecast, plenty of sunshine for the next 7 days. And then that weather maker will move in on Wednesday, and we start to see our rain chances increase. So we are going to have a nice week ahead of us. But for now, we're going to send it back to the desk. Never mind, we're going to send it back to Connor.
Close, Allie. Yeah, so she's just telling us about all this nice, cooler, drier weather coming into our area. And look at these temperatures we experienced today, though. 81 here in Tallahassee, upper 80, mid to upper 80s down towards South Florida. But you can see this orange and these greens up to the northwest. And that is indicative of this cold front, the cooler, drier air that will be pushing it into our area, associated with the cold front over the next 24 hours. Now, currently we are a little cooler, 75 here in Tallahassee, but where that dry air has filtered into the region up there in Montgomery, 64. So definitely cooling off, and we'll continue this trend as we do push into the later night hours and into tomorrow, setting up for a beautiful game day forecast on Saturday, and also for our homecoming forecast here at FSU. So currently right now we can see these clouds and this moisture down to our south and west, and this is indicative of the cold front. It is ahead of the cold front, so it is a little bit more north. The drier air is a little bit more north than where those clouds are currently. And that will be moving towards our area, pushing down through the Panhandle and through the rest of Florida as we do move in overnight and into tomorrow. So nicer, drier conditions will prevail tomorrow and into the weekend, but you might need that light jacket for tomorrow for sure if you are heading outside. Now, water vapor imagery does show this green and these whites, and that's showing the cloud cover and the rain and the moisture I've been speaking about. And this is pushing to our south, so we can see this drier air, this more black color, and that is the drier air that will be pushing in, making it feel more like winter a little bit, or it might fall first before we do get to winter. But these 24-hour temperature change, like Allie said, one of my favorite graphics too, you can really see where that line of the cold and dry air is compared to the moisture that we have been experiencing. Now, our futurecast does show this rain push down through our area and through the Panhandle and the rest of Florida over the next couple of days, couple of hours, I should say, and then we'll be looking at much nicer conditions. But Central and South Florida will have to watch this blob of moisture in the Gulf and see if that will affect their weather, and they could be seeing some more rainfall. Tonight's forecast, looking at a little bit cooler than yesterday. 44 is our low tonight. 30s up to our northwest, and now those will be pushing closer to here. Not looking at 30s or another freeze, but it still will be chilly. Tomorrow's forecast, almost 70 degrees, but not quite there just yet. It is going to be a lot chillier than we had today at a high of 80, I believe it was 83. So our weather headlines, chilly mornings ahead, sunny skies, and homecoming does look nice. So if you do have those outdoor plans, be sure to get those out of the way and enjoy the weather. So now we're going to set it up. Any homecoming plans, guys, at the desk?
Well, we're gonna go to powwow.
Yeah, we are going to go to powwow, and powwow is going to be a lot of fun. But one thing we want to talk about a little bit more of is Nuri, we were talking about earlier segment, could be impacting our weather here later on next week.
Yeah, we don't generally talk about the systems coming from way up northwest. Oftentimes it gets cold down here, but we don't get those systems that travel with the cool air. This time, Nuri's going to come down the east coast of the country and bring a lot of cold air.
This is a preliminary forecast right now, but with the intensity of the storm that we saw over the ocean now bringing into the Bering Sea, we could see some of that energy transferred down here.
Yeah. for the Great Lakes, the Climate Prediction Center is saying that there's about a 90% chance that they're going to see a much below average temperatures for much of the Great Lakes next week.
But speaking of Great Lakes, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go on a tour of the nation. That's right. We're going on vacation, folks. So get ready. Pack your bags. We're going to be looking at those temperatures around the nation for now. So let's take a look. Up in the upper Midwest, we can see those temperatures in Minneapolis really cooling down here, indicated by this blue color. And so that's bringing in the cool air. The cool air is diving down once again from Canada, so that's going to be impacting our weather down here. Then out in the west, we see those temperatures hot once again, feeling like summer. As we showed last week at this time when that cool air was pushing through here, Phoenix saw 91, and Phoenix, you were just burning up at 85 once again. So here's the 24-hour temperature change, expanded just a little bit further, as Connor showed earlier. So as we can see here, the blue showing that temperature difference, you can see where that cold front is pushing in and pushing that cooler air into the area. And then back in Texas, we see those warmer temperatures compared to 24 hours ago. And this is occurring with a lot of that moisture that we see over Texas. So let me explain this just a little bit further here. Across the U.S., we see the storms piling up over southern Texas down here. This is actually the remnants of Tropical Storm and Hurricane Vance that impacted the eastern Pacific last week and impacted Mexico. So this is now pushing up into this area of the world here and bringing quite a bit of flooding and flood potentials to southern Texas. But nothing to worry about here as we see that cold front pushing through. So now we're going to go on another trip. We're going to go on a tour to see what's going on around the country on satellite. So in the northeast here, if you're heading up to New York City, and Keenan Thompson's coming down from New York City, so he's going through a little bit of weather right now. We saw a severe thunderstorm warning in Atlantic City, New Jersey over the past few hours, and now that has since expired, but still a lot of heavy rain pushing through that particular area. But now we're going to move down to where we did see those storms from what was Vance pushing into Texas. This isn't going to impact our area, but it is bringing quite a bit of flooding to southern Texas. So now up in the upper Midwest, we see that snowfall pushing down into the country a little bit. We saw that earlier here on radar. Not too much of it now. Those temperatures are warming up. And now we're going to go out to Seattle. And you guessed it, it's raining in Seattle. So head out to Starbucks and get those umbrellas because you're going to need it there in Seattle. So now we're going to move on to taking a look once again at the map across the board. We see that cold front. We see that rain in Seattle. Sorry, Seattle, got to pick on you. Watches and warnings across the nation. We have a little bit of a gale force warning here in just off in northern Indiana. And then up in here we see those winter advisories. So winter weather advisories impacting once again. And airport delays across the country. You're looking great except for JFK. JFK, you got a 40-minute delay, and you're one of the busiest airports, so that's expected. Maybe it's busy because Keenan Thompson's coming here. So we got Keenan Thompson coming down, and into tonight, we're dipping once again. 44 degrees here in Tallahassee, and then into tomorrow, it's going to rebound nicely for your homecoming powwow at 68 degrees. But we are going to be talking a little bit more about our local forecast with John.
It's going to feel fantastic here as well. If you have to make a trip, push off till the end of next week, head somewhere else when it's going to be a little bit cooler. But today we reached up to 81 degrees here in Tallahassee and also in Apalachicola and up in Valdosta as well. These temperatures are going to be about 10 to 15 degrees cooler tomorrow for highs than they were today. But the clouds are filtering in right now, and a thin ribbon of moisture is pushing through, just making it into the Quincy area and has already pushed through Bainbridge. This is pretty much associated with the cool front. The cool front's a little bit farther back than what this band of rain would show. But these clouds will be pushing through during the overnight hours, keeping temperatures up for now, 75 degrees down at the airport right now here in Tallahassee with west-southwest winds of 6 miles per hour. Those are going to switch out of the north tomorrow and bring in some slightly drier and cooler air with that. Temperatures outside the door right now around the region in the mid to upper 70s across most of the area, especially here in Florida. Mariana right now in the upper 60s is the cool spot across the Big Bend region. Dew points right now are in the middle range right now, not feeling sticky, not feeling dry either, sitting mostly in the 50s and 60s, 58 degrees here in Tallahassee right now. Around the region you can see some of that drier air starting to work in across Alabama and Mississippi. 52 in Montgomery, that's a little bit drier. 49 in Meridian, even more so, and that's going to work into our area tomorrow. But first, most of the Gulf Coast is going to have to deal with this, and this is the remnants of Hurricane Vance. This was out in the eastern Pacific. This is going to straddle across the Gulf Coast. I think we're going to remain dry here, but we will get some clouds over the next 24 to 36 hours. But as we head into Central Florida, down into the Keys, we're going to see some more moisture, 1 to 2 inches down expected down there. But this cool front is going to get out of our hair during the overnight hours. We're going to see some of this drier and cooler air work into the region during the overnight hours into tomorrow, and we're going to see the clouds really clear out, and high pressure is going to bring in those northerly winds off the Appalachian Mountains, bringing in slightly drier and slightly cooler air as we head into tomorrow. So it's going to be feeling a little bit cooler, temperatures in the 50s as we head into a powwow tomorrow afternoon, and as we head into a game day Saturday, we're looking even a little bit cooler than that, but no threat to any weather threat for the game on Saturday at 6:30 against Virginia. For tonight, though, we're looking at 54 degrees here in Tallahassee. Those winds are going to be picking up just a little bit, so it's going to feel a little bit chilly outside. 83 degrees tomorrow for the afternoon forecast. Actually 68 for tomorrow's forecast tomorrow afternoon, and then slow warm up. We're looking as we head towards Veterans Day, low 70s as we head back towards the rainier times on Wednesday and Thursday, but those lows overnight warm up as well. Now, guys, we've got more weather information here at the desk.
Yes, we do, John, and luckily we don't have to deal with all the cool temperatures that the north is experiencing.
Yeah, I don't even know what I would do if I heard snow.
Snow, and that's exactly what the Northeast experienced, including Maine, who set records for earliest snowfall on record.
They did 21 inches of snow up there in Maine.
You'd have to get your shovel out. Can you believe that?
I don't know what shovel I would use.
And then this system was just so big. It also gave earliest snowfall in Charleston, South Carolina.
Right, and it was just a trace there, but it was still enough, and it's very impressive to break that record.
It is very impressive. And what would you do there? It's only November. We just got out of October.
Yes, that's very true. So they are experiencing snowfall up there, and a couple people even lost power from it.
They did. About 130,000 people lost power, but it is on now. The snow and also the wind gusting to 40 miles an hour. So kind of windy out there as well with the snow.
Right, and this was multiple locations. This was 12 locations up there in Maine, so it wasn't just one. It was a good deal.
12 locations with over a foot of snow. Can you believe that?
I can't believe it.
We don't have to deal with that here in Florida.
No, thanks. Thanks for that. So to find out more about what's going on around Florida, let's send it back out there to John.
Florida really lived up to its Sunshine State name today. Really the tourist spot of the country right now. Temperatures in the 80s across the state. Just a few clouds starting to work in across the Panhandle. On the ride from I-10 from Pensacola over to Tallahassee, we're looking a little bit cloudier, and most of those clouds are off towards the west right now. Temperatures a little bit cooler off to the west as well, sitting at 69 degrees with a couple of sprinkles in Pensacola. Across the peninsula, we're looking in the mid to upper 70s, 79 for our friends in Orlando, 76 in Miami right now. And water vapor in the upper levels right now, starting to get a little bit more moist as that system from the west, that the remnants of Hurricane Vance are starting to moisten the atmosphere aloft right now. And it's starting to work down towards the surface as well ahead of this next front. You can see that here on the radar with a couple of showers really getting a little bit better organized off towards our west. And our friends in Panama City seeing a couple of showers right now as well, and working into Quincy as well, up into Bainbridge and Thomasville, pushing off towards the east. These are going to be out of our hair as we head into the overnight hours, although in Tallahassee it'll be about an hour or so, and then over towards Cross City it'll be about 2 to 3 hours before this rain really gets out of our hair. Zooming in a little bit closer, a couple of showers moving through Liberty County. But again, these are really going to be out of our hair as we head into tomorrow. It'll be a little bit cooler, and if you get the chance, and you're heading down the 7 Mile Bridge here into Key West, most of this is actually what we're going to call as military chaff. And that is what we call, it's really a military dust that blocks the radar, unfortunately, but there are a couple of showers mixed in here as well, mainly due south of Key West. Most of this is actually shower activity well down to the south of Key West. No effects on the weather there, or no effects on the plains there. As we head through the next 24 to 48 hours, that cool front will be pushing down towards the south. Really no effects across central Florida, just a lot of cloud cover across basically south of I-10 as we head down the peninsula. Mostly cloud cover, maybe a couple of sprinkles during the afternoon hours tomorrow, really clearing out from north to south as we head into the weekend, and clearing out as well. 44 degrees tonight here in Tallahassee, 46 in Pensacola. Some cloud cover keeping it warm across central Florida, 60s across I-4, and then almost 70 degrees in South Florida, and then Key West looking at 71 degrees. And then tomorrow we're looking like this, 68 degrees in Tallahassee. That's about 15 degrees cooler than it was today. That's because of that cool front moving through. But that cool front will not have moved through South Florida yet, still in the 80s down in South Florida Fort Myers checking in at 82 degrees tomorrow for your Friday forecast. We're looking fantastic for much of the weekend across South Florida, but taking a broader look, Connor, what do you got for us?
Well, another segment we still have to talk about here in November is the tropics. Yes, we still have to worry about the tropics. The technical end to the hurricane season is not until the end of this month, so we're just going to do a little bit of a tour around the Atlantic. We can see right now, not too much to speak about. Here's that cold front that we keep referring to, and this will be pushing to our south, but as we look into a bigger picture across the Atlantic, we're not seeing much. A little bit of weather right here, so you can see the clouds in the dark red near south of Bermuda. National Hurricane Center only giving it about a 10% chance, so not looking for much development there. So we do see these ocean temperatures though right now. They are quite warm, upper 70s, but you still need some lower 80s for really any type of tropical development. So as we do push into these winter months, those temperatures will continue to decrease, which will help us suppress any hurricane or tropical activity. Now in the East Pac, they have been very active this season, already on their last V name, Vance, which is actually making weather in the United States right now. But we can see right now there's some low chance of development with this cloudiness right here. If anything were to develop, it would be named Winnie. So if they, anybody in this East Pac want to refer to that, they can. Now in the Caribbean, we are looking at nothing, not a zip. Nothing here to worry about. A little bit of cloudiness to our east, but nothing really to worry about. We have made it through quite a few number of names, only 2 major hurricanes right now, and this is the list that we would be going on to next if any further development were to form. But again, we are not looking forward to much development due to those lower sea surface temperatures and pushing into the winter months. Now currently bringing it back to home, we are looking at comfortable 75 here in the Panhandle, and we are seeing those cooler temperatures up to the northeast, or northwest, excuse me, so that will be pushing in associated with that cold front down towards the south, and I'm sure our friends in Orlando and central and southern Florida are looking forward to a little bit of more of a taste of fall with those lower 70s approaching as we do go into tonight and into tomorrow. Now our satellite and radar, we do see these cloudiness, this cloudiness here, and the moisture that's associated ahead of the front, and this will be pushing down to our south. And with that, we'll be bringing in some chance of rain, a little spotty showers you can see on the radar right now. Nothing too much if you are heading outside for dinner. Maybe grab that jacket or bring an umbrella if you are walking across campus. But this will push through rather quick, and then those drier and more comfortable fall-like conditions will prevail. Now tonight we will be a little chillier than we were last night. 44 officially going to be the forecast for the low here in Tallahassee, 46 in Pensacola. But those 30s, we are flirting with those 30s up there in Alabama, and those will be pushing down into our region. Not looking to get to the 30s this weekend, but possibly as we do push into the next couple of weeks into fall and then winter, we will be seeing more of those as a common occurrence over into the nightly temperatures. Now tomorrow's forecast, we are looking much cooler than we were today. A 15-degree temperature difference about. 68 is our high in Tallahassee, 70 there in Gainesville. So it is going to be quite warm still, but our fall will be pushing in over the next couple of days. But to tell us more about, we're going to go keep talking to myself. So Allie, I know that these warmer and cooler temperatures, this fluctuation, it just, what is it? It just means a lot of things that you shouldn't do in the winter.
That is true. So with these cooler temperatures, the winter is going to be approaching us, and so we're going to talk about a couple things that we should avoid doing.
Avoid doing during winter time.
Okay, so the first one, I know here in Florida we don't have to really worry about the snow and what type of shovel to use, but one of them is that you should not pour warm water on your windshield.
It shouldn't. It will crack the glass.
It will.
That's not a fun thing.
No, I luckily know that, and I will not make that mistake, but that's a big one.
And another big one, this is record setting, is that you tried broccoli, and it just so happens to be that eating unhealthy is a very bad thing and a very common thing people do in the winter.
That's true. But luckily, I'll eat my spinach tonight, and I will stay healthy. And we will, head into winter eating healthy, I guess?
Eating healthy. Try more broccoli, Allie.
Right. All right. But for now, we are not talking about winter yet. We're still here at 75 degrees here in Tallahassee. We are feeling a dew point of 58 degrees, so our humidity is going up just a little bit, but not too uncomfortable as for now. Our current temperatures around the region, 75 here in Tallahassee, just slightly cooler up there in Bainbridge, they're at 70. However, we cannot get used to this because as that cold front passes, our temperatures will be 10 to 20 degrees cooler tomorrow. So expect that, prepare for that, and, be prepared. that umbrella with you along with that jacket. But for now, we are going to just continue looking at that satellite and radar and see that rain pushing through Tallahassee tonight as we move into tomorrow. That cold front will be past us. This is 8 p.m. tonight, and this is that cold, dry air that will be coming in behind it. So as that comes through, we will be having a nice, pleasant day tomorrow. We will see that sunshine. However, those temperatures will not make it quite as high as they did today. So we will have nice temperatures for the homecoming game this weekend. So hopefully those Noles will play a good game and give us a good fight. We'll have a nice game day for this weekend. But for tonight's forecast, it is going to be 46, so that is just a little bit chillier than we've been used to. So I know we've been going out in the tank tops and shorts, but don't forget about those sweatshirts tonight because they will be necessary. So if you are going out, maybe an umbrella and definitely a sweatshirt because it will be chilly. But for tomorrow's forecast, continuing to be chilly in the morning, 49 degrees, but then the sun will come out and we will start to warm up, 65 around noon and then 68 at 5 o'clock. So we will have a nice mild day, but it will be, a very nice homecoming. We have that parade, so nice and sunny for that, and pretty pleasant temperatures as well. So go out there and enjoy homecoming and enjoy all the activities that we have planned. And then we'll take a look at our 7-day forecast. And you can see this nice mild week we have as we head into homecoming weekend. Mid-70s for the week, and you can see our lows are in those 40s. So if you do have those 8 a.m. classes, you have to walk across campus, bundle up a little bit. Don't forget those sweatshirts and just those jeans, because I know it's so sad for us to put those shorts away, but these next coming mornings are going to be just a little bit chilly.
It shouldn't be too bad, though, for the homecoming parade.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the homecoming parade. The weather looks gorgeous. The sun will be out, so get out there and, go Noles.
It'll be nice, yeah. And then we have homecoming festivities tomorrow night.
We do. Powwow is tomorrow night at the Civic Center.
You're performing, I hear.
Yes, Circus will be performing. I'll be there, so
Circus, as long as Keenan Thompson, I believe, will be there.
Keenan Thompson will be there.
I think we've heard about his name a few times here and there.
We have. He will be there, and hopefully he'll be making us all laugh.
I'm hoping so. Need it after this warm week.
Yes, it is. And then, of course, we have that game on Saturday. And it is a later game, so we can have all day to
6:30 p.m. game, I believe. So that'll be very nice. A little chilly out there, but it'll be fun as the Noles hopefully get another win.
They will. We got this.
We got this. Go Noles, right?
Yeah, go Noles.
Always go Noles. And it'll be beautiful, too, for tailgating festivities.
Yes, it will. And I know lots of us folks will be in town for that nice Saturday game day, but it's looking nice, sunny and 69.
Might need that jacket, though, later in the night. 46 is the official low, so it might be a little chilly towards the end of game time.
It might be chilly, but hopefully we'll have so much adrenaline from that great football game that we won't even feel it.
Oh, we will, Allie. I guarantee you. We'll be jumping and screaming and the whole shebang. But if you want more about anything weather, like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU Weather.
And go ahead and follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FSU Weather.
And of course, watch us anytime on livestream.com/FSU Weather for all your weather needs and any more veggie tales. We always seem to speak about the vegetables here at FSU Weather. Very healthy.
Always loved us with Connor.
God, I love it. Have a great night, everyone, and enjoy those comfortable temperatures.